Hello, people. Thanks for the thumbs up. Hello, Rodinia. Ooh, that fan making all that noise. Ooh. Oh, the sparks is flying. Okay. That's right. How you guys doing this evening? I'm back. Okay, you like this? Temu, okay. And I put my video up on my other channel, Annah Aries. If you are subscribed, you go over there and check it out. It is my bed in a box. Or is it bed in a bag? Okay. But it's the memory foam mattresses. Hey, Denise. Hey, Cindy. Hey, Klaatu. Mary. Here we go again. Thank you. Okay. This dress, I don't know. For some reason I didn't like it. I don't know why, but when I put it on, okay, it just felt so good though. I was like, "Ooh, this is comfortable." So I kept it. Or I would have put it in the donation box or gave it to my daughter, but I kept it. It's really comfortable. Okay, for some reason, I don't know what material it's made out of, but it's not made out of that traditional Temu material. Round two. Yes, because they are talking about it. Yes, I even seen it on Twitter. Okay. I think JLR sent me a tweet, okay. And it was about the sheriff. Okay, because I share my videos on Twitter too. If you guys do have a channel or whatever social media, Twitter is a good place to share your videos because people do, when it goes past their timeline, they will come over and take a look. Yeah, it works. It's been working for me for years. Okay, so anyway, I just came here to throw some more cards. I had to go eat, girl. I ate me some, I made me some cornbread and some chili beans. Okay, some chili, homemade chili. Girl, okay. It was definitely a vibe. So I was thinking about throwing some cards, and the sheriff Nanos. Okay, what was okay? I forgot. It always comes back. So whatever. Oh, okay. So look. Now they were talking about this, a high profile crime. Now here's the thing. When this broke out, okay, hey Kelly, hey TK, hey Michi. Oh, you just watched my video? I got that is the sixth bed. I've only got three in the house now, okay. But my daughter left out with one, okay. My granddaughter left out with one, okay. Yeah, so I replaced them. And I think that's the fifth or sixth bed that I have purchased. And I got them all from Walmart. They're all spa sensations, okay. And I don't get the hybrids, okay. And the reason why I got a hybrid because it was new. Thought I would try that. And what happened was it was real springy. I mean, just to get in the bed, I had to climb. I felt like I had to fight, girl, okay? And get to the middle of the bed just to turn over. Yeah, I didn't like that. It was too soft. It was a comfortable bed. Those beds, one thing about those memory foam beds is they are comfortable. This bed right here is a firm. It's a hard bed. But when you lay on it, okay, it's like you're laying on a cloud. It's not a hard surface you're laying on. It feels like you're in one of them expensive hotel room beds. Okay, yes, boo. Oh yes. And you get to the middle of the bed, okay, feel like royalty. So anyway, he knew that this was a high profile case, the sheriff, okay, because he was friends with Tomaso. And to him and Tomaso would be going fishing and whatnot together. Okay. So he knew, I'm pretty sure he knew that that was Nancy's mama. Because boy, see, the men try to act like they don't gossip, honey, but they be having the best gossip around, honey. I'm telling you, okay. Yes, when they get to talking, they don't want to talk in front of women because they don't want us to see them gossiping. They gossip, honey, okay. So I'm pretty sure he was aware, okay. He was aware. Oh, I'm trying to, okay, does anybody have a question they want me to ask the cards? I'm trying to figure out how to phrase this question. Or to phrase a question, because you don't want close-in questions, okay? Oh, but see, I could be wrong. Everything's alleged for your entertainment purposes only in my interpretations, okay? But personally, I don't feel that the sheriff had anything to do with the kidnapping, okay? Allegedly. I could be wrong. But I do feel that he had something to do with covering it up or messing up this evidence the way he did. I feel like that was done on purpose. I really do. Okay? Because even you and I know certain things, okay, at the scene of the crime that you do or you don't do. Okay. Even that, it's just common sense stuff that he neglected, he failed to do, or he messed it up. And the communication that he's giving, and then his non-cooperation. Because I remember when the investigation had started, we were there from the get-go, so we know how it went down. And they was beefing with the FBI. Okay, apparently they got beef with the. Let's ask the energy. That's it. Okay, because apparently there was history with the FBI. There was discord between the sheriff's department and the FBI, and mainly because of that sheriff. Well, let's ask 4 cards before we go into the. Okay, 4 cards before I forget. See, because if you scroll up, I won't be able to scroll down. Okay, 4 cards. Did the sheriff get paid to cover up or mislead the Nancy Guthrie investigation? Did the sheriff get paid? 4 cards. Did he get paid to mislead or cover up? We'll say mislead the investigation. Okay. Did Sheriff Nanos get paid? 4 cards to mislead the Nancy Guthrie investigation. 4 cards. 5 of Swords. So there was some conflict. Okay. There was conflict, there was indecision, and there was loss with the 5 of Swords. Okay, so we're going to do 4 cards. 4 cards. Did the sheriff get paid in regards to the Nancy Guthrie investigation? What do you want us to know? And thank you for your answers. Did he get paid? Okay, so we got the five of swords, okay? Two of cups in reverse. That is no pinnacle. So this talks about separation. Seven of wands, okay, on the defense. The hangman, refusing to see it in a different perspective. Okay, okay. Mm-hmm. Oh, the five of pentacles. Okay. Now the five of pentacles actually talks about being left out in the cold, and it talks about a loss. Okay. This also talks about worrying, okay, and disappointment. So I'm not getting a definite yes, but what I am getting is he was on the defense, okay? Uh, um, he was on the defense. He was on the defense, okay, because there's disharmony with this young man, okay? He doesn't want to see it in a different perspective. That's the problem, okay? So he had to be left out in the cold. He's a loss, okay? So, but he doesn't say whether he got paid, but there is pinnacles in here, okay? What we will do is ask another deck, okay? And then they was talking about did anybody in the sheriff department have anything to do with Nancy's disappearance? Did anybody in the sheriff's department, the other deputies in the sheriff department, have anything to do with the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie? Four cards, four cards. What do you want us to know? And thank you for your answers. Did anybody in the sheriff department have anything to do with the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie? Four cards. Seven of swords in reverse. Ooh, trying to get away with something. There's some dishonesty there. Somebody lying, okay? Somebody lying. Let's see. Four cards. Four cards. Four cards. Yes. Four cards. Somebody trying to get away with something. Somebody's hiding something. Okay. So we got the seven of swords in reverse. Corruption. Delays. Judgment. Okay. Mm-hmm. Page of Wands. And the King of Cups in reverse. Insecure, defensive, and frustrated. Okay. The Page of Wands. Ooh. Okay. So maybe somebody used, yeah. Okay. I would tell you that answer to that question is definitely a yes. Somebody used their creativity, okay, to be corrupt, to hide, to cheat, and to steal. Okay. And the judgment in reverse. Let's see, judgment in reverse. Indecisive, self-doubt, denial, afraid of change, procrastination. Okay. Hey, Colleen. Yeah. So, yeah. Okay. Uh, did Sheriff Nanos have anything to do? Let's ask another deck. Okay. Let me ask another deck. We're going to go in with the Violet Veil. Okay. Because I find it hard to believe that he didn't have nothing to do with it or he didn't get paid. So let's ask. Okay. Did Sheriff Nanos cover up? Let me see. What can you tell us was Sheriff Nanos' role in the Nancy Guthrie disappearance investigation? Once again, okay, was Sheriff Nanos paid in the Nancy Guthrie fumble investigation? Okay. Did Sheriff Nanos get paid to fumble the Nancy Guthrie investigation? 4 cards. What do you want us to know? And thank you for your answers. Did he get paid to fumble that investigation of Nancy Guthrie? 4 cards. 4 cards. What do you want us to know about the sheriff getting paid to fumble? Well, it's telling you, okay, we ain't got to worry about that because his little thing is coming to an end. Okay. So I guess we worried about the wrong thing. Let's see. Okay. So we got a new an ending. I think the ending is his career as the Pima County Sheriff, and his new beginning is a retiree. Okay? So now he can fly around in that Corvette all he wants. Okay? He had plenty of time. Let's see. Did he get paid to fumble? Ooh, the secret's coming out. Okay. Pick your battles wisely. Conflict. Pick your battles wisely. Lies. And the 9 of Cups. Abundance. Okay. So it's not saying that he got paid, but what it's saying is he lied. Okay. And he got the 9 of Cups, which is abundance. So apparently he told a bunch of lies. Okay. Told a bunch of lies. He's conflict. Okay. And there's going to be a revelation. So once again, I don't think, well, it's saying he didn't get paid. It didn't say he didn't get paid, but it didn't say he did. Okay. So I guess he was doing a favor for a friend. Okay. Okay. I'm going to ask I'm trying to think of a open. See, because if you ask a closed-ended question, it's a yes or no. Okay. And when you're dealing with cards, okay, it's more direct. It's yes or no. Okay. When you answer, and they usually don't answer in yes or no. Okay. You see what I'm saying? When we talking with energy and stuff, okay, they got to go through this debacle and explain. So you got to ask an open-ended question and come to your own conclusion on yes or no. So what we are going to ask is about the car first. Somebody asked about the car, the Corvette. Okay, the Corvette. Let's ask about the Corvette. How did Sheriff Nanos get a new Corvette? How did he get a new Corvette? 4 cards. 4 cards. How did Sheriff Nanos get the new Corvette? What do you want us to know about Sheriff Nanos and his new Corvette? What can you tell us? And thank you for your answers. Woo! Trying to handle this in my hand, okay? It gets heavy, okay? I might have to break down the deck next time. Do it half at a time. Trying to be big bossy here. So, what do you want us to know about Sheriff Nanos' Corvette? 4 cards. 4 cards. He don't want to be bothered. He don't want y'all asking too many questions. He don't want to be bothered. Okay, there you go. He wants to be by himself, left alone. Okay. Okay, so we have the Hermit in reverse. Okay, tell us about Sheriff Nanos' Corvette. He's got endings and beginnings. He's got the death card again, so maybe that Corvette is the beginning of his end. The Emperor in reverse. Corruption. Corruption. Oh, Chatty Patty. She gonna tell it. Okay. Who you gonna tell it to, Patty? Well, she wants to talk about the conflict. Okay. Okay. So this card right here, I'm noticing this guy, he has more swords than he needs or he could use. He's got 3 instead of 1. So he didn't took somebody's swords. Okay. Chatty Patty. She's got her 1 sword. So she's telling. Okay. She's telling. So I don't know. Okay. But he got it in a corrupt way. Maybe. Okay. It was one of those property possessions, repossessions. Okay. That he was able to bid on. You know how stuff gets confiscated? You know? Free drugs from the drug raid. Matter of fact, what about that guy? Did y'all hear about that guy, that truck driver? The truck driver was driving, you know those trucks with the cars on it? Okay, they found his truck on the side of the road with a few cars missing, and him nowhere to be found. I think they're going to talk too. Oh yeah, because he's got that time in the evening. As far as, yeah, Luke's father is a car dealer. Yeah, he may be a car dealer, but I'm talking about the auctions, the police auctions, allegedly. 4 cars. Where was Sheriff Chris Nanos on January 31st? New Year's Eve. New Year's nothing. January 31st. Okay, see, look, I'm about to tell a lie. Where was Sheriff Nanos doing January 31st? The day or the day before Nancy Guthrie went missing. What was Sheriff Nanos doing? What was the energy with Sheriff Nanos January 31st? What was his energy? What do you want us to know? 4 cards, and thank you for your answers. 4 cards. What was the energy with Sheriff Nanos on January 31st? 4 cards. The Knight of Wands. Looked like he was on the move. Oh, he was on an adventure. So he was on the move. Okay, let's see what else. We go ask that same question with tomatoes. With the fried green tomato. Yes. Okay. So he definitely was on the move. Okay. Nine of Cups. He was happy. He was emotionally happy. Yeah, he's having abundance. He might have been drinking. He might have been drinking. Okay. Strength. Okay. Okay. 6 of Wands. More action. Oh, now this is interesting. The 10 of Wands in reverse. He was dropping a load. He's dropping a load. He had a load to drop off, and it looks like he was successful. Okay. Still looks like he was intoxicated, but yeah, that's what it's saying. You know how much it costs to lease a Corvette? Luke paid cash for his, I believe. And I don't think he has a job. So, okay. Four cards. What was Tomaso doing on the night of January 31st? What was Tomaso Chioni? What was the energy with Tomaso Chioni on January 31st at night? Okay. Let's say about 9:30. Okay. What was the energy? Four cards. What do you want us to know? And thank you for your answers. Tomaso Chioni. Energy on January 31st of this year. Four cards. Four cards. Queen of Swords. Okay. Needy, insecure, and hypersensitive. Ooh. Real so. He was a little jumpy, huh? Nerves was bad. Now, why would his nerves be bad? I thought they had a good time. Mm. Okay, hypersensitive. Oh! Shut the door. Oh! Three of Wands. Canceled plans. Obstacles. Self-doubt. Mm-hmm. And the Queen of Wands. He was with his wife. There's some slow action going. Looks like he canceled plans with the wife. Okay. Looks like he was drinking too. What was the energy of Tomaso Chioni on February 1st? February 1st, what was the energy for Tomaso? What was he doing? February 1st, what was the energy? What can you tell us? What do you want us to know? And thank you for your answers. What was the energy for Tomaso Chioni on February 1st of this year? Four cards. Four cards. Four cards. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Manipulation, overindulgence, and financial issues. Four cards. Seven of Cups. Smoke and mirrors. Drinking. Seven of Cups. Justice. Five of Cups in reverse. Letting go, recovery, resentment, contentment. He was satisfied. Okay? He was satisfied. The moon. In reverse. Releasing fear and despair. Funny they got justice, okay? And both of those cards for him and the sheriff come out, they were drinking. They all, the thing about it is, okay, they are definitely birds of a feather, okay? They are definitely birds of a feather. See what I'm saying? And I think that somebody may know the sheriff's secrets, okay? So you could easily go to him and have him help you cover up a crime, okay? Just like the ones he was doing in the past that you know of. See what I'm saying? Favor for a friend. Mm-hmm. But see, the thing about it is Savannah didn't take care of the mom. Oh, you did say that. Didn't want to take care of her and was tired of it. Or they wanted Nancy to sell the house. Don't live alone. He pushed. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. What, Colleen? Don't need receipts. It's called Luke is sneaky and a criminal, and so is Sheriff. Well, the thing about it is they couldn't cover up the blood. Okay, so they couldn't cover up the injury. Okay, that's the thing about it. That's why I feel like the kidnap is just a cover up. Okay, an afterthought, because if she was harmed and the police came and they gonna call the ambulance came, okay, they would have been able to see that something happened to the lady, and apparently they couldn't just say she fell. Okay, they couldn't say she fell because this may have to do something around the timing. Okay, let's ask the cards. Okay, 4 cards. Did Tomaso Chioni have anything to do in the death of Nancy Guthrie? Did Okay, Tomaso Chioni, what did he have to do in the death of Nancy Guthrie? 4 cards. What did he have to do in Nancy Guthrie's death? 4 cards. What do you want us to know? And thank you for your answers. What do you want us to know? What can you tell us? 4 cards. The bottom of the card is the Emperor. Looked like he was large and in charge. 4 cards. 4 cards. Oop. Uh-oh. See? Don't want to get them mixed up. We have the Emperor. Smoke and mirrors. He's got choices. Okay. But did he make the wise choice? So he chose to do something. Let's see. Queen of Swords. Ooh. Queen of Swords. Oh. Page of Pentacles in reverse. Foolish and immature. And the 3 of Cups in reverse. Well, my interpretation that he was cheating. Excuse me. He's got smoke and mirrors. Oh, wait, but this Page of Pentacles is facing the 3 of Cups. Okay? So there's a disagreement. There's lack of teamwork. There's a disagreement here. Okay? And then we have the illusions. Okay? And we have the Queen of Swords. So he was in communications. Oh, oh, oh. I'm getting hit. Okay. Communications and the smoke and mirrors. Okay. Now, the smoke and mirrors was the facade, like the facade on the communications, on the cameras. Allegedly. Not just the disabling, okay, but the dismantling, the disconnecting on the cameras that did not show, didn't connect. He didn't mess with the porch camera because he knew there wasn't a subscription. So he didn't have to mess with that one. Yeah, the cards are talking. Okay, so now I don't know how you disable the communications, okay, because he may not even have to be there to disable the cameras. You see what I'm saying? Okay, I would think not. And he didn't bother with the front camera because he knew the front camera didn't even have a subscription because they didn't pay it. He may, I don't know if he has a device connected to that front camera, but as far as I'm concerned, he could have been looking through that front camera on his phone to make sure the guy was at the front door. Is this the right house? Yeah, man, you at the right house. Allegedly. They don't know what the how. The thing about it is, they're thinking the camera guy is unalive because they haven't seen the camera guy. If they did see the camera guy, they wouldn't know he's the camera guy. They just, why do they keep coming up? See, this is how you know something ain't right with this case. Because they're making excuses, okay? Now they're making excuses for the porch guy. Oh, he's probably dead, killed by the head honcho, okay? These are professionals. These are experienced people, okay? Keep that in mind. These are people who know their job and is throwing wrenches all up in the investigation. They don't know that man. If he looked at him, if he stuck his foot out and tripped him, okay, they would know that that was porch guy. They even said he was out there the day before. Matter of fact, okay, they even have pictures. I see they took him down. I don't know if y'all see him of the porch guy in the back, looking in the back. He was covered up with his little getup on, moving around in the back of the house by the pool. Okay, let's ask 4 cards. Are investigators, okay, retired investigators misleading on the Nancy Guthrie investigation? Okay, what do you want us to know? Are they misleading the Nancy Guthrie investigation? 4 cards. What can you tell us? What do you want us to know? And thank you for your answers. Investigators, okay? Retired investigators misleading us on the Nancy Guthrie investigation. 4 cards. 4 cards. See, Pima County wants him out of there because he has given them a bad reputation. Okay? The Lovers in reverse. Okay? We're asking, are the investigators misleading the investigation on Nancy Guthrie? King of Pentacles in reverse. Instability, corruption, and materialistic. 6 of Swords in reverse. Not being able to move forward, okay? So the corruption is keeping the case from moving forward, Okay? Ten of Wands. They're tired of struggling. They are tired of struggling. Okay? And the Eight of Wands. So it's slow movement. The Lovers in reverse. Bad relationship. Disloyal, discontent, and uncertainty. What does the FBI know about the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie? What does the FBI know about Nancy Guthrie's disappearance? What do you want us to know? And thank you for your answers. What does the FBI know about Nancy Guthrie's disappearance? Four cards. Four cards. What do they know? Four cards. Oh, shut up. They know the truth. That's the sword of truth. That's clarity. That's communication. They know. They know. But it's one thing to know, and it's another thing to prove it. Thank you for the sparkles, for the 2 jewels. Isn't that something? Isn't that beautiful? Okay, calm down. Woosah. Let me get a drink. Okay, and we're going to pull 4 cards. That's clarity. I don't even have to put 4 cards. Just this card, 1 card. They know the truth. Okay. And Cameron flied him out. Cameron flied him out. How's Cameron? Cameron ain't got no plane. The only plane Cameron got is the Air Force, and you got to have permission. He can't just go fly. Now, what he could do is, he could moonlight. He could moonlight as a pilot, a commercial pilot, private. That was good. Everybody take a drink. Okay, don't forget to thumbs up the video. Okay, let's look. 4 cards. What does the FBI know? These cards got to keep them from spinning. Okay. Wow. The King of Pentacles in reverse. They know the corruption. They know. They know about it. Page of Wands. Okay. Okay. So they know what they've been doing. And the moon in reverse. The secret's out. And they ain't going nowhere. Six of Swords in reverse. Not only do they know they can't move, they're corrupt, okay? They know they're the obstacles. There's obstacles. They can't just jump up. Ooh. Not being able to move forward. They know. They know. Ace of Swords. Wow, that's deep. Uh-huh. That's exactly right, Dottie. Well, you know he knows because his people knows. So you know Cash Patel knows. I'm telling you. Okay. So they know. Wow. Well, his best bet, okay, Sheriff Nanos' best bet, if he's smart and get his ass off his shoulders, is to step down, retire. Okay. Because if he has stuff in the past that he can be charged with, he knows. I could care less if he does or he doesn't. Okay. Because it ain't my problem. It's his. Okay. If there's something that they could get you on, take your ass home. Go. Okay. Because you best believe the FBI knows. So you can either walk away or go to jail. Okay? They know. And that's the whole thing why they quiet, because they do know. They just trying to prove it. And they're trying to get around this debacle investigation from get-go. Say, like the man said, okay, once you have to go back and get the evidence, it's disputable. The judge may not even sign the warrant based on the fact you had to go back because the evidence is tainted. Four cards. What does Savannah Guthrie know about her mom's investigation? What does she know? What can you tell us? And thank you for your answers. What does Savannah Guthrie know about her mom's investigation? Four cards. Four cards. What does she know? Woo! Four cards. What does Savannah Guthrie know about her mom's investigation? The Emperor. She knows the emperor. She knows who the sheriff is. She knows the police. Not to mention, I'm pretty sure, depending on those people, she grew up out there. Some of the guys she grew up with is in the sheriff department. I don't know if they still there. Okay. And they probably told if they're still there, they probably told her how he was fumbling the job. Okay. I would not be surprised. People talk. Okay. So the emperor. Nine of Pentacles in reverse. She knows about the loss of money. She knows. The Ten of Cups. The unhappiness. Oh, that keeps getting me thinking. I be thinking it's a badge. It looks like the sheriff's badge. See if y'all can see. Every time, the way my angle is, it just reminds me of a badge when I see it. Okay. The Fool. The Nine of Wands in reverse. She knows about the losses. She knows about the family. Okay. And the foolish behavior. Okay. The risk that they were taking. She also knows that they're trapped. She knows. This also talks about innocence and opportunity. So maybe she knows that the family is innocent and they broke. I don't think so, though. Okay. Because this is in reverse. So this is not good. Okay. Let's pick four more cards. What else does she know? Four cards. What else does she know? We're going to pick four cards from the middle because that's where I did not pick. It's from the middle of the deck. What else does she know? The secrets. The judgment. The manipulation. And giving up on her mom, the Empress. She knows about the losses that they're hiding. Okay. She knows about the unhappy family. Okay. And their bad judgments, their bad, what do you call it? Investments. She knows about their losses. This is loss, this is loss. And it's a lot of loss, okay? She knows about the foolish behavior and the manipulation, and she knows that they gave up on her mom. Nine of Wands in reverse is giving up. Okay? And she knows the Emperor. Nah, the FBI wasn't on it from day one. That's the thing about it. The FBI was not involved in day one. He would not let the. That's how we knew that there was conflict. I'm gonna tell you something, okay? The conflict with the sheriff department and the FBI. That's how we knew, because in in the Nancy Guthrie case, he was not sharing information with them, and somebody leaked it that he was refusing to cooperate. They wasn't getting along. So he had to go and make this announcement, and that he was cooperating with the FBI. And you see the man in the background rolling his eyes and looking like this man is just la, la, la. You can tell the man. The FBI agent standing in the background. Okay, y'all saw that. Right. The police. The Emperor is the police. Okay. What does Annie know? I don't know why I'm asking this question. What does Annie Guthrie know about her mom's investigation? Can you tell us? What does Annie Guthrie know about her mother's investigation? What do you want us to know? And thank you for your answers. What can you tell us? What does Annie know? What does Annie Guthrie know about her mother's investigation? 4 cards, 4 cards, 4 cards. I know y'all looking. I know they looking. Woo! Okay. The Hierophant. Okay. Now this could be the law enforcement, the sheriff department, the law enforcement. She knows. 4 cards. She know the police. Pretty sure they've been to her house to watch the game. Oh. What does Annie know? The Hierophant. Let me find the Hierophant here. Okay, spiritual wisdom. Okay. And higher institutions. Okay. 10 of Swords. She knows the betrayal. She knows the betrayal. Eight of Wands in reverse. She knows the truth. She knows the truth. How she know the truth? The Knight of Cups in reverse. Deceit, jealousy, and disappointment. She knows. Oh my God. Okay, now he called him a drunk. Okay. Yeah. We got the Eight of Wands in reverse. Let me see what it says about the Eight of Wands in reverse. Delays and hangups. Oh, now look at this. The Eight of Wands in reverse, okay, is it can indicate delays or hangups, which put a damper on your enthusiasm about something you've been anticipating. These delays are no accident. Okay, so it's something that she needs to recognize before continuing on her path. That's why it's slow moving. Okay. Mm, that's interesting, though, that the cards came out like that. Okay, what does Tomaso Chioni know? What does Tomaso Chioni know about Nancy Guthrie investigation? What does he know? What does Tomaso Chioni know about Nancy Guthrie's investigation? Four cards, four cards. What does he know? But let's be fair. Okay. What does he know? What do you want to tell us? And thank you for your answers. What does Tomaso Chioni know about Nancy Guthrie's investigation? Two of Cups. Talks about cooperation and partnerships. Okay. Let me get a more deeper, in-depth knowledge of this card here. Two of Cups. Okay. So it's talking about partnership and knowing the same thing, okay, as your partner. So he knows too. Okay. I mean, it makes sense that they would know. Four cards. What does Tomaso know about Nancy Guthrie's investigation? Oh Lord, now he hung poor Nancy out to dry. Okay. So he's looking at it from a different perspective. Letting go. Oh, lies. Now he could be letting go of the lies. Miscommunication. The Emperor in reverse. Corruption. And the Devil. We got to get four more cards on this. Four more cards, okay? Tell us more. Tell us more. Four more cards. Tell us more. Four more cards. Okay. Loss of direction. Out of control. The Tower in reverse. So he's been hit by the lies, the miscommunication, the Ace of Cups. This talks about new love. This talks about corruption and control. Okay. This talks about new love uh, and joy. Hmm. And the Four of Cups in reverse. Accepting an offer. Cooperation. Taking control of an offer. Okay. Corruption, stubborn, childish, and loss of power. Miscommunication, okay, and the tower. Okay, okay. So we got lies to avoid disaster. Okay, so either avoid it or delay it. And losing control, misdirection is overshadowed by the hangman with the new perspective, another perspective. Okay, that was interesting. That was very interesting. Okay, so I don't know the see. That's the thing I'm saying. Okay, that's why they're going with the crazed fan. Okay, because the house Savannah has a lot more millions than the house is worth. Okay, and the only person that would probably gain extra money is the brother-in-law. I mean, the brother Cameron and Annie. However, the brother is in Vermont, a whole nother state from all of them. They're all in different states. Okay. And I don't think the brother comes around that much but for the mom. Okay. So that would leave Annie and Tomaso. The closest gets the mostest. Okay. I keep saying it. Okay. What does Cameron Guthrie know about the investigation? 4 cards. What does Cameron Guthrie know about his mom's investigation? What does he know? What can you tell us? And thank you for your answers. What does he know? What can you tell us? Cameron, what does Cameron know about his mother's investigation? And thank you for your answers. 4 cards. 4 cards. What does Cameron know? He knows the lovers. Okay. 4 cards. 4 cards. Knight of Swords. Charging in. He might have known who went into his mama's house. Nine of Pentacles. Security and abundance. Comfort. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Now, I know the Queen, okay, means greed. In reverse means greed and materialism. But I also get, too, that this is Nancy in reverse, meaning she's no longer here. Taking her out for some reason. And the decision. The Lovers. Tell us more. Tell us more. Four more cards. Four more cards. Tell us more. Tell us more. Four more cards. Ace of Wands. Yep. Six of Cups. The Magician in reverse. The Chariot in reverse. He knows who came up with the plan. Okay? He knows. Nine of Pentacles. Okay? Comfort. In the past. Okay? So he knows about the past money. Okay? And his mama. And the Queen of Pentacles. Oh. He knows about the drugs and alcohol and the manipulation. Okay? Oh. The deceit, the illusion, the bad intentions. Oh, wait! He knows. And he knows about the confusion and the loss of control. He knows. Good question, Colleen. Four cards, four cards. I got to ask in an open-ended way. So what I'm going to ask is, what does Annie and Tomaso know about Nancy Guthrie's location? What does Annie and Tomaso know about Nancy Guthrie's location? What do they know about her location? What do they know about the mother, Nancy Guthrie's location? What do you want us to know? What can you tell us? And thank you for your answers. What does Annie and Tomaso know about Nancy Guthrie's location? Four cards. Four cards. Four cards. What do they know about the mother's location? Queen of Wands. Ooh. Jealousy, dishonesty, and manipulation. Four cards. Two of Swords. Okay. Ace of Cups. Four of Wands. Temperance. I get the feeling that they know about the plan. Okay, they know about the planned event. Okay, and that there was impatience or overindulgence. Four more cards. Four more cards. Tell us more. Okay. Oh, okay. I'll leave it like that. I meant to pick, okay, from this side because I've already picked four. Okay, four cards. What do they know? Tell us more. Tell us more. Okay. They know she's being hidden. Woo! There's a Three of Pentacles. There's teamwork. Okay. And the Eight of Pentacles. There's something about a bad heart. Okay. Something is being hidden. There's a decision or some type of hidden communication. Okay. Let me get the book. This Ace of Cups has really just got me. This is talking about an offer. I'm just not getting the click with this for right now. It's not hitting. That could be true. What was my question? What did Annie and Tomaso, oh, know her location? Now, you know what? They may have paid somebody, okay, to get rid of the mom. That's what it seems like. They were impatient. They were impatient or high, okay? Oh, okay. The planned event, the dinner, they were drinking. They were drinking. Oh, they were drinking. There was an offer. They decided to make an offer for the mom to come over and celebrate or had a little get together. Okay. They were drinking. Okay. Tell us more. Four cards. Four cards. Tell us more. They were drinking. Something happened. And the mom's heart, mom had a bad, oh, was the mom drinking too? Because she can't drink with a bad heart. Is they trying to hide? Oh, oh, oh my. They, oh wow, I'm getting a revelation here. I wonder, did something happen and they were drinking? They were overindulgence and they're trying to hide the fact because the mom had a broken heart. The mom had, I mean, it had a bad heart. Mom had a bad heart. Maybe they gave her something, okay? But they're trying to hide it, okay? They're trying to hide it. So they made a plan to pay somebody that they knew. Okay, we got smoke and mirrors here, but it can also mean, yes, intoxication, drugs and alcohol, okay? Justice and the police. Ooh. Shut the door. They plan. Here's the collaboration. Here's the plan and the collaboration. And this is justice. This is a decision, a legal matter. And here is the Hierophant, which could be the government as well, okay, the sheriff department, whatever you want, some type of organization that is not in good standing with the public. They paid. Let us get um doo, 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 doo. Where's my what's tea cards? Here we go. Okay. Okay, this one is spill the tea. This is spill tea. Okay. Can you spill the tea? Give us clarification, okay, on this spread here, okay? Uh, Annie and Tomaso knowing Nancy Guthrie location. Can you give us clarification on this spread here? Annie and Tomaso knowing the location of Nancy Guthrie. Well, I tell you one thing, if they don't know the location, they certainly know what happened to her. What do you want us to know? And thank you for your answers. Woo-hoo. Yes. Clarification. Can you please clarify? Spill the tea. Spill the tea. Okay. Okay. Are you intrigued? Because I am. Okay. I'm intrigued. Right. Somebody's pushing boundaries and testing the limits. Okay. Bridging differences. Cultural differences bringing both challenges and growth. Joint evolution, you and others are growing together, supporting each other. Okay. Clearing the air. Misunderstandings through communication. Playing both sides. Unexpected news, unbelievable news will shatter your expectations. Keeping up appearances. Yep, during the investigation, keeping up appearances. Pretending to be fine. You may appear strong outwardly while feeling vulnerable. The cold shoulder, someone is deliberately distancing themselves, hiding the dissatisfaction. I think that's Savannah. Public exposure. Private matters could be exposed. Rumor has it, and they're flying around. An adventure awaits. That's like a tower moment. And the facade of concern. Someone's concern may not be sincere because they're hiding ulterior motives. Double-crossed. You may face betrayal or being double-crossed. Unspoken tensions. See that unspoken tension, because you know y'all both did wrong. Okay, who gonna tell first? Who not gonna tell? Smoke and mirrors. Don't be fooled by appearances. Spreading positivity. Okay. Friendship tests. Gossip spread. Rumors are spreading quickly. And past life echoes. Some connections or feelings feel like echoes from the past. And there's breaking news, a surprising revelation, okay, will shift your perspective. Okay. Quiet contentment. Looking for peace and satisfaction. Okay. I'm not getting really a vibe from that. Okay. But nevertheless, it is what it is. But hey. Okay. Because cars ain't talking that. I tell you that right now. Okay. So we might have to smudge this deck. We have to smudge this deck. Okay, so where is my Black Mystic Rose? Is this it? There we go. Okay. Let's get some clarification with the Black Mystic Rose. Can you please clarify this spread on, does Annie and Tomaso know Nancy Guthrie's location? What can you tell us? And thank you for your answers. Does Annie Guthrie and Tomaso Chioni know Nancy Guthrie's location? Where is Nancy located? And thank you for your answers. Can you clarify this spread right here? They're signs, okay? Repeated numbers, they're signs, okay? We got 7 of Swords and 7 of Cups. 3 of Pentacles and 3 of Swords. Ooh, okay. So we're going to listen to these right here. Repeated numbers, okay? Bad heart and a collaboration, teamwork, okay? Seven of Swords, someone trying to get away with something, throwing up smoke and mirrors, okay? See, do we have any other matches? No. Okay. Finality, differences, divorce, breakup, not looking back. Trapped, stuck, locked down, mental prison. Okay. So this is somebody feeling trapped in their mind. Okay. Mentally. We have the muse. Okay. Listening to music. Okay. Trying to change the ravenous, uncontrollable desires. Okay. So somebody's got a sex situation. Okay. Toxic, unhealthy poisons, delusions, and nasty behaviors. Okay. Pain, guarded, apprehensive, putting up a wall, excruciating pain. And that's that heartbreak right there. And Three of Swords. Dismiss, disregard, ignored, look the other way, leaving behind. Extreme, harshness, cutting off, erratic decisions. Now, I'm also just coming to my mind that, okay, I don't know if Annie has anything to do with it, but I do believe that she knows if her husband had something to do with it. Okay. And I get the impression that she said something about it. Okay. But I get the impression that if that's the case, that she's kind of got um, some blackmail going on. What do you call it? Not just blackmail, intimidation. If you say something, I'll tell them you have something to do with it. Okay. Telling you all in it, and you won't get nothing. Extortion. Okay. Something like that. I think that's what's going on. Blackmail. Something like that. Okay. Now, if that's the case, let's ask about the dinner party. Okay. What was the energy with with Annie and Tomaso at the dinner party for their mother? Okay. And then the whole thing about it is they said they went out to dinner and came back to the house and played games. Okay. So what was the vibe? What was the vibe at Annie and Tomaso's house on January 31st when Nancy Guthrie came over? What was the vibe, the energy there? What was the energy? Okay, 4 cards. What was the energy like? In this planned event, what was the energy? When Nancy was at Annie and Tomaso's house, January 31st. What do you want us to know? What can you tell us? And thank you for your answers. 4 cards, 4 cards, 4 cards. This is the 31st, January 31st, 1926. So that we don't get it misconstrued. Ooh, now, okay, a celebration, teamwork, teamwork. Three of Pentacles, teamwork, cooperation, creativity. So they were playing games. Okay, four cards, four cards. Okay, there was the energy. Okay, there was the energy. That's the energy. Three of Pentacles. Okay. Now we do have Pentacles, so keep in mind, because there's one thing about I say about Pentacles, money involved. Okay, it's teamwork. Okay, it's teamwork. It's working together, cooperation. Okay, but to me, it's toward financial gain. Okay. Seven of Swords. Lies, manipulations, stealing. Wow. So there's deceit. Ten of Pentacles in reverse. There was a family dispute. Ooh. These cards telling all the business. Five of Swords in reverse. Avoiding conflict, avoiding confrontation. King of Pentacles. So this talks about team, leadership, okay, determination. King of Pentacles, okay, prosperity. This is also the merchant, the business owner, the property owner. So there was some kind of deceit that was going on, okay, and it had to do with family, okay. It had to do with also avoiding confrontation, avoiding conflict, okay, with the merchant, so to speak. About money. Okay? Can you tell us more? Four more cards. Four more cards. Four more cards. Mm-hmm. Four more cards. Four more cards. Now, this could be Nancy, okay? Her energy, okay? If it's really strong, it'll come off as masculine. But this is a property owner, I mean, a merchant, a business owner, land owner, okay? You know, there you have it. Okay, so we have a son, okay? So I think that she knew, she could clearly see that they were lying. I think to you, okay, there's a revelation, clarity under the sun. Okay, look at that. can clearly see the water, the ship coming in. You can see it all the way across the lake to the other side. So she had clarity. The Six of Cups. The children, the family. The past. I don't even think it's just the past. This is, let's see. Yeah, this is the past. The world. It wasn't over. The conflict and the disputes, okay, avoided, it wasn't over. It could also mean, too, that it says the world in reverse. It's not over. It's not the first time that this has happened, is what I'm getting. And justice. So the King of Pentacles, the landowner, the merchant, is going to get her just desserts. It's not over. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. And it doesn't make any sense that you can't tell a story, okay, especially coming from the police, okay, or a reporter. That's their whole livelihood depends on telling it, well, it's supposed to, depend on telling the truth. Okay, we shouldn't have to hear all these different stories. Why do you think we're asking the cards? Because we can't get a straight story from them. See what I'm saying? So we're asking the cards. And what are the cards telling? The cards is telling the same thing. That's the thing about it. The cards got more of a straight story than the police and the reporters. They're telling you that it's a family dispute. Somebody's hiding something. Somebody's trying to get away with something. They're telling you, okay, that this has to do with inheritance. They're telling you that somebody is lying and trying to hide. They're telling you the same thing. You see what I'm saying? That one thing you'll get from the card readers. Now everybody has their way of interpretation, but when you listen to them, because I be listening to what these people be saying. That's why I watch the different people and see what they're saying. They may say it in different way or even different words, okay? But when you think about it, it means the same thing, okay, as the other person. It's along the same lines. It's not a complete opposite that they went to dinner at Nancy's house. No, they went out to eat. Going to dinner at my house and going out to eat is not the same. I'm sorry. Okay? If you came to eat at my house, then you came to eat at my house. If we went out to eat, then I'm going to tell you we went out to eat. I'm not going to tell you she came over for dinner like she had dinner at my house when we went out to eat. See what I'm saying? So the card seems to be consistent. Okay, but it's funny how these so-called detectives and these retired folks with all these years in law enforcement is telling you everybody got a different story. The readers and the psychics, okay, they pretty much along the same lines, okay? If the whole story don't match, some of it's gonna match. But these folks here, and they ain't gonna tell you the porch man is probably dead. Why they gonna kill the porch man when they don't even know who the porch man is? It's just the blind leading the blind. Okay, that's all I can tell you. The blind leading the blind. Okay, that's what it is. I feel the same way, Colleen. I feel the same way, and I've been saying it from day one. And the ransom, now they're saying the ransom was fake. To me, when somebody send you a letter, okay, in that letter, demanding all that money for Nancy, okay, whether she was dead or alive, is not fake to me. It's not fake. The ransom, okay, was not fake. I think the kidnapping was fake. Not the ransom, but the kidnapping. Okay, the ransom note was real, so it can distract, and it did. Okay, Bob gave them more time. Okay, you looking over there while they hiding the body over there. Okay, or whatever. But what I'm saying is they didn't want that body to be found because you would be able to tell what really happened to Nancy. Because they are going to do an autopsy. She has a pacemaker. She's in bad health. However, she's up. She's missing. There's blood on the floor. Okay. The back door is wide open. Whether it was staged or not, there's going to be an autopsy and there's going to be an investigation. Okay. Other than that, they could have gave her something to drink. Okay. She could have OD'd and put her in the bed and died in her sleep. Okay. See what I'm saying? Then they probably would have told you that she died in her sleep. Okay. She had a pacemaker. She had a bad heart. She was in bad health. She was in pain. Okay. They wouldn't, and the doctors can elaborate. Everybody around the neighborhood can elaborate, can coincide and back up your story. They're not going to do an autopsy. Okay. Have the coroner come out and look. Does she have marks on her? Or does she have any suspicions? Okay, no, she's perfectly fine. So yeah, she died in her sleep. Problem solved. But the problem wasn't solved because something happened. Something happened to Nancy that they could not just leave her there. Okay. Why did Annie wait hours? Okay. Why did Annie wait hours before calling her sister Savannah to tell her that the mom was missing? Why did Nancy, 4 cards, why did Annie wait hours before calling Savannah, her sister? 4 cards. What do you want us to know? What can you tell us? Why Annie waited hours before calling her sister Savannah to tell her that Nancy Guthrie was missing. What do you want us to know? And thank you for your answers. 4 cards. 4 cards. Why did she wait hours? 4 cards. Woo! Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Losses, family disputes, instability. 4 cards. Why did Nancy wait hours before calling Savannah and letting her know the mom was missing? Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. It's a family affair. Strength in reverse. She was weak. She was weak. Couldn't handle it. Eight of Swords in reverse. Okay. Eight of Swords in reverse. Okay. King of Pentacles. And the Queen of Swords in reverse. Losses, feeling trapped, disappointment. Eight of Swords, okay. Strength. We got weakness here, okay. But the Eight of Swords, okay, can be communications. It's also freedom from being tied up. Eight of Swords in reverse. And when we have the Queen of Swords in reverse. Mm. Mm, mm, mm. Oh, this talks about being overly critical. Okay. This reversal can also indicate reacting defensively when confronted or allowing emotions to prevail over reasons. So she was worried about being confronted. Okay. The Eight of Swords in reverse can signify someone in the process of releasing themselves from self-imposed restrictions. So this is saying that she was basically too weak, okay? And she was afraid of being confronted. That's why she hesitated. Because she knew she should have been taking care of the mom. She was the caretaker, okay? And Savannah probably would have got on her, which Savannah has probably done in the past. Well, they've been had the story straight because they said they got the letter. Okay, they got rid of the mom. They had the letter. You see what I'm saying? This is the call because she called the police. Okay, I don't know when she called Savannah, but like you said, she waited before she called Savannah. Okay, because she knew she was going to be confronted. She know how her sister is, and because Savannah makes more money than Annie and has all the fame, she probably thinks she's large and in charge. You see what I'm saying? Even though Annie is the older sister. Okay. I would not be surprised. Right. Well, that's another thing. People, the police look at that too. Okay. A normal response, calling 911 and calling a family member. When you hesitate, okay, what do they say? Well, everybody's different and everybody acts differently under pressure. Okay, that's a nice way of saying, okay, we already know. We're not going to get into that right now. Okay. We still looking into that. Okay. Thank you, TK. She sent a cute little gift. Okay. Oh, where's the, okay. Happy Mother's Day. Thank you, sweetie. Same to you. Okay. Not to mention, okay, four cards, four cards, four cards. Thank you, sweetie. Okay. Now I don't know uh, um, if Savannah knew that ring camera did not work because of the subscription. I don't know if she was aware of that. Okay. See what I'm saying? But here's the thing. Okay. If you're hesitant like that, what have you done that you're afraid of being found out? See what I'm saying? Okay. Right. So, what was the energy behind the ransom note? What was the energy behind a ransom note being sent to TMZ? What is the energy behind that? The ransom note. What was the ransom note about? Four cards. What was the energy behind the ransom note that was sent to TMZ and the news station in right there in Arizona? What do you want us to know? What can you tell us? And thank you for your answers. Four cards. What was the energy behind that ransom note? Nancy Guthrie's ransom note. What was the energy? Okay. The motives behind that ransom note. The emperor. Corruption. Dishonesty. Controlling. The emperor in reverse. Conflict. They wanted conflict. They wanted distraction. Okay? 4 cards. What was the energy behind the ransom note? 4 cards. Let's look at the Emperor in reverse. Okay, that's number what, 3 or 4? Um, Now, the Emperor in reverse can signify, it can suggest a disconnection from personal power or an inability to take action. Ooh, okay, they been effed up. Let that bold, assertive, masculine energy flow so you can stand up for yourself or take control of a situation. This reversal can also indicate the presence of toxic masculine energy, the abuse of power, defensiveness, or immature reactions that stem from fear and anger. Actions that stem from fear or anger. Okay? They done messed up, they were scared. Okay? 10 of Wands. A struggle. 9 of Cups in reverse. I'm getting confusion. 5 of Wands in reverse. To avoid conflict. And the Fool in reverse. Okay? So this was careless, foolish behavior. Okay? There was struggling. And I believe the struggle was, okay, and the disappointment. We got the 9 of Cups in reverse. Oh, that's right. And the disappointment, okay, in what they had done. So they needed to avoid conflict. They needed to avoid confrontation, okay? They needed to avoid confrontation of their foolish and risky and naive behavior. Okay? So basically, what we were all saying, that the ransom notes were a distraction. I don't know. I don't know how the ring cam works. Okay. I don't know how the ring cam works. You would have to download the app. Okay. You would have to download the app. Usually those cameras work. Okay. They have an app that you download. Okay. And they're Wi-Fi enabled. Okay. And they will transmit that information. Now, from that distance, state to state, I don't know, but you can download that app and connect it to your phone. But I don't know how the ring cams work. Somebody else probably knows. Okay. And I don't know if you can get information that far, or even if Annie and Tomaso, I believe you can get information. Let me tell you something like that. Okay. You can, because see, when I'm at work, I can get the information here. I can look at my house and see how my cats are doing. If anybody's here, I can see that. Okay. Depending on where the camera is, okay. You see what I'm saying? And as a matter of fact, I get four. I could do 4 rooms. Oh, excuse me. I could do up to 4 rooms. Okay, I could put a camera in each room and have them all connected so I can see in each room. You see what I'm saying? And people get that for their children. I've heard their children talking over that intercom. Okay, but a lot of people get it to watch their pets. Okay, when they're not there. You see, she might have had more of a different connection, such as Telegram, where you have the call. You can, iPhone has, Lord, jeez, what is it called? Oh my goodness. Okay, here it is. FaceTime. There it is. Okay, I don't know. But a lot of these devices you can get and you can download, okay, and you can FaceTime each other. So if you could do that and you could do it from another state, okay, if you could do that from another state, you can rig up that security device so that you could watch. Because I'm pretty sure that there's people who have homes. Matter of fact, yes, they can, because you know how when they go to them parties and they have them Airbnbs and the owner said, I saw you on the camera doing this and that. So yes, they can. A treat camera. Oh, really? That's so cute. So yeah. Okay, so that is the motive and that is the energy behind the ransom note. Okay. What is the energy behind Nancy Guthrie being abducted? Okay, 4 cards. What is the energy behind Nancy Guthrie being abducted? They could have left her there. Okay, the ransom note was fake. It wasn't a real ransom. It was a distraction. Okay, 4 cards. Why did they take Nancy away? What was the reason? Why didn't they leave her there? Okay. Why did the people not leave Nancy there? So all that about somebody came in and stuff like that. Okay, maybe somebody came in, but it may not have been what you think. Okay. So let's see. What was the energy behind abducting Nancy's body? What was that energy? What do you want us to know? And thank you for your answers. Okay. What was the energy behind taking Nancy Guthrie out of the home? What was the energy? And thank you for your answers. Taking Nancy out of the home. 4 cards. 4 cards. 6 of Wands. Failure. Okay. Failure. So apparently what they came to do, they botched. Okay, let's see. 4 cards. 4 cards. Why did they even take Nancy out of the home? They could have just left her there. What was the energy behind that? Or the thought? What was the energy? What was the reasoning behind taking Nancy Guthrie out of the home? Okay. We have the Six of Wands in reverse. Okay. Eight of Pentacles. They were paid. They were paid. Seven of Wands in reverse. She was defenseless. There was no defense. Yeah, losses, surrender. The Knight of Swords, charging in. Three of Cups. And okay, and that one in the middle. Okay. Tell us more. Four more cards. Tell us more. Tell us more about why she was paid. They were paid. Somebody was paid to do it. Four more cards. What do we have? The Six of Wands. Eight of Wands. Quickly. The Hierophant in reverse. Seven of Swords. To hide, to distract, to deceive. The Tower in reverse. To avoid disaster. Okay? To avoid or delay disaster. So this talks about a detour or roadblock. Okay? A detour or a roadblock. And the Seven of Wands in reverse, because it's overshadowed by defenseless, surrender. Oh, surrender. Seven of Wands in reverse. Okay. Now the thing about it is, I'm thinking, because here's the thing: the Tower in reverse. Okay, the Three of Cups is celebration. Okay, celebration or collaboration, or a get together. Okay, to avoid disaster. And if somebody is trying to avoid or delay disaster, and it's right here next to the Seven of Wands of hiding something, it gives me the impression that that wouldn't be a crazed fan. Okay, that wouldn't be a crazed fan. There wouldn't be, if you come, okay, to take the lady and kidnap her, whether she died on your watch or not. Okay, there's no reason to hide her if you came there to take her out. There's no reason to deceive. Okay, there's no reason to try to get away with something, okay, to avoid disaster. See what I'm saying? Okay, so I'm thinking that the reason I could see, allegedly, that would make sense would be because you did not want her to be found in the condition she would have been found in. And if you didn't want her to be found in the condition, then there may have been harm, and obvious harm, brought to this lady that you didn't want nobody to see. Okay? So you didn't want them to see that there was an assault. Okay? So you took her. You're trying to get away now. You're trying to avoid disaster. Okay? Or delay it. Avoid it or delay it. You're trying to do that. Okay? And it was paid. Here we go with the Eight of Pentacles. Working for the money. Okay? A quick job to hurry up and get that lady out of here before somebody discovers she's gone. Take her out before somebody discovers that she's gone. Okay? So they had to hurry up, take her out of there, get her out. Okay? Before somebody comes and sees that she's dead and that she didn't die for natural causes. Okay? Everything's alleged. Because if we leave her here, there's going to be an investigation. Okay? Not to mention, it's going to be some mess, because this is going to be a high profile case that Savannah Guthrie's mother was murdered. And we finna go all out, okay? Because it's a murder case. So it's going to get out quicker than the kidnapping. Okay. Now that we done got the mama up out the house successfully, okay, with a minimum amount of blood, now we can send them a ransom note to cause more distraction and confusion and delay while we put her somewhere. Take her somewhere or put her somewhere. They're all going to be at the house. The police are going to come. That's how police do, okay? That's why it's so easy to distract them, okay? Because they all going to run to Savannah Mama, to Nancy Guthrie's house, okay, on the missing persons, and we can be over there doing what we need to do. Allegedly, okay? And this is all in the lines. I'm not distracting from everything that you've heard, everything that we've been told that's going on. The mom is missing. We got the ransom notes, okay? So, 4 cards. What's the energy behind the distraction? Okay? Why did they need to distract on Nancy Guthrie? Okay? What can you tell us? Okay, wait. 4 cards. What can you tell us is the reason? See how to word this. Yes, that's the thing about it. It's choreographed. Okay, it's choreographed. Okay, so you're saying that now, okay, which means it's planned, it was instructed, but why? Okay, why? And it's pretty obvious that it's a distraction, but what are you distracting from? Okay, now we got a crazed fan out there, they say, that's another one avenue, who took Nancy Guthrie and to get back at Savannah. I just think that that was very elaborate. It would be very elaborate for somebody to do all that. That was just too elaborate. I got a question. I just don't know what it is, but I'm coming up, okay, a question on. And then the thing about it is, it may not even have been up at first. It may not have started out as doing harm to Nancy. Okay? Let me see. Let me go my train of thought. Oh yeah, get attention off of them, okay? But like I said, to get attention off the whole fact that the lady is not kidnapped, but has been abducted, and she was abducted because they did not want the lady. Okay, I don't know why. What's the energy behind Nancy Guthrie not being found? Okay, what is the energy behind Nancy Guthrie not being found? What's the energy? What do you want us to know? What can you tell us? And thank you for your answers. What's the energy behind, the motive behind Nancy Guthrie not being found? They have not found this woman yet. What's that energy? Four cards. Four cards. What do you want us to know? Four cards. Why has she not been found yet? What can you tell us? What do you want us to know? And thank you for your answers. Four cards. Four cards. Two of Cups. Two of Cups. Oh, I'm looking. Okay. Partnerships. Partnerships. Cooperation. Tell us more. Tell us more. Partnerships and cooperation. Why has Nancy Guthrie body not been found? A burden, a struggle. Four Cups, okay? Accepting an offer. Six of Wands, it was a failure. And the Ace of Wands, okay? We have a manifestation, passion, okay? Oh, now the Four Cups talks about clarity and new. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, you guys can see. It talks about clarity and new ambitions. Okay, but it's right here, right on the side of a struggle, a load. The Ten of Wands. Okay, and it was causing failure. Okay, the failure. Okay, the failure to manifest. The failure to clearly, and this is also somebody who's not thinking clearly. Okay, this is they have been burdened down. Okay, former cards, former cards. They have been burdened down. Former cards. Okay. What was my question on why Nancy wasn't hasn't been found? Three of Swords. Her bad heart apparently was a low. Three of Swords in reverse can represent heart failure or bad heart, unhealthy heart, and it was a burden. Okay. So now we have a Four of Cups in reverse. So we have clarity and we have new ambitions and acceptance. King of Swords. So the King of Swords is overshadowed, okay, by acceptance, okay? The Two of Pentacles in reverse. Money problems. Money problems. Trying to balance the books, and they were failing. The money's not adding up. Seven of Pentacles. They didn't want to wait. They didn't want to wait on the return on investments, okay? This is loss. There's a loss in investments. They didn't want to wait. Yeah, impatience, anxiety. Okay, manifestation was hanging over. Okay, they wanted to make it happen. They wanted to get into action. Okay, because they were getting impatient. They were tired of waiting. Okay. Well, my okay. Now, my question in all this, okay, if you are impatient and you don't want to wait, why hide the body? Okay, I just said it, huh? Because y'all didn't want to find out what happened to her. Because whatever you did, it didn't work out. You didn't. Okay, yeah, okay. So this is bad planning. Bad planning, like they've been saying in the other cards, the other card readers, and the bad planning. Okay, that they were going to go over there and do whatever they do. Okay, whatever they had in mind to do, it didn't work out. Something happened to Nancy. We cannot present her in this form now. Okay? So now that fumbled the bag. So now we got to hide it because they'll know that something was done to her. She didn't die of natural causes. Okay? It's going to open an investigation. It's going to cause an autopsy. Okay? And they can't have that because then they're going to take, if she was drugged, they're going to see that in the urine samples and the blood samples. Okay. See what I'm saying? They could have gave her some of the drugs they had. See, I had a friend, okay, right, back in the day. Back in the day, okay. But she was a heroin addict. She wasn't a friend really. She somebody I knew. Okay. She was on heroin. And she ended up going to prison and found out she had to have a pacemaker installed because she had a bad heart. They told her, or that's what the lies she told, I don't know, but it made sense from kicking because she was going back and forth to jail. She went on a violation though of parole. She went back to prison, not jail. She went back to prison. And they said she found out she had a bad heart. She had to have the pacemaker installed. Okay. She's a known drug addict. Okay. And they told her that you cannot, when you get out, you cannot do drugs and have this pacemaker. It's not going to work. It's going to kill you. Okay. She didn't listen and it killed her. Okay. And I say that to say this. Okay. They didn't have to sneak some medicine from the doctor's office. Okay, go out there and get you some heroin or some crack or whatever. Okay, and slip it to her, and slowly or even some fentanyl. Okay, see what I'm saying? But something happened. Something happened. Maybe she tried to get up and she fell on the concrete. Okay, something happened that caused visible injury. And now that happened, that fumbles the bag. Because now they're going to see she's got this big old bruise or whatever, a big mark or whatever, okay? And she hit her head, okay? Maybe she took too much medication. We'll have to get a urine test. We'll have to get blood tests. See what I'm saying? We'll have to investigate. Do I call ICE on my husband and get him deported? Well, if he ain't got no business being there, then why what you got him there first now in the first place? And now you got to call ICE. And then now, if you call ICE, he gonna know you called. If your husband is not if he's there illegally, okay, and you call ICE and they deport him, okay, you know he ain't coming back, right? So what you gonna do? Visa scammer. Okay. So if you tell him that he has the wrong visa, the more than likely you know he's gonna know it's you. Because you probably the only one that knows his visa ain't no good. Especially if y'all arguing and dispute. So if he is abusive, I would call the police. Call the police and have the police come get him, okay? And then they can find out that he's not supposed to be there anyway. Okay, so with that said, what I'm going to ask is, okay, 4 cards, okay? 4 cards. We want to ask once again, 4 cards. What is the real reason behind Nancy Guthrie's missing? Whatever happened to Nancy Guthrie, okay? Whoever went over to her house, what is the real reason why they wanted Nancy gone? The real reason. Let's keep it above. What do you want us to know? What can you tell us? And thank you for your answers. The real reason behind her disappearance. Okay. This may go deeper than murder. This may go deeper than kidnapping. This may go deeper, okay? Maybe somebody came over there to talk to you out of some money or something, okay? And something happened. But what is the real reason? What's it all about? And thank you for your answers. 4 cards. 4 cards. Four cards. What is the real reason? The Chariot. Loss of control. Loss of control. Four cards. Four cards. The real reason behind Nancy Guthrie's disappearance. Loss of control. Eight of Cups. Cutting losses. Walking away. Okay? This is walking away from what no longer serves you. Okay? Couldn't get the money or whatever they wanted. They walking away. Okay? And it's hidden. Two of Wands in reverse. Bad planning. So like we said, the plans did not work out. Failure. Six of Swords in reverse. You ain't even got to throw no more cards. She telling you right there. Okay? So they could have went over there. Imagine a scenario, okay? And trying to get some money, and she tired, and I'm tired of giving you money. She may have called him the N-word. I know she didn't, but I'm just saying. Now, if he was black, that could lead to a whole lot of things. Okay. A loss of control. Okay. She's only 5'4". And just don't take one, and she's 84 with a bad back using a walker. So it ain't going to take much to knock her off balance or for the lady to lose her balance and fall. She got all that thin skin from them blood thinners, okay? From the blood thinners. It don't matter what she hit. She could hit the carpet and start bleeding. And she gonna bleed. Mm-hmm. Yep. What papers? What papers was she supposed to sign? She didn't get a chance to sign anything. But you see where I'm going with this. It could have just been that simple. But maybe this has happened before and they got fed up, intoxicated, okay? Whatever reason, okay? What they're telling you is there was a loss of control. Okay? There was bad planning. It was a failure. Okay? This happened at night because it's a secret. Okay? Not to mention that's when they dropped her off. So this is all under the guise of the moon. Okay? Walking away. Not to mention the other spreads that we've been doing here where it's talking about a burden. Now, I thought the power of attorney was going to Annie. They're saying Tomaso gave Annie the power of attorney over himself. So if that was the case, he had no power of attorney over Nancy. Right, that's what I'm saying. That's what and you bruise easily. Okay? You bruise easily. Okay? But Nancy didn't have bruises on the face. And I'm thinking that's what he was. She didn't have bruises on the face. Let's ask. Can you tell us the energy with Nancy and her will? Okay? What is the energy behind Nancy Guthrie's will? What do you want us to know? And thank you for your answers. Behind Nancy Guthrie's will. What's the energy behind Nancy Guthrie's will? Okay, 4 cards, 4 cards. Nancy Guthrie's will. What's the energy in regards to Nancy Guthrie's will? Let's see what we come up with. 4 cards. Nancy Guthrie's will, the energy. What is going on? The Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Selfishness, stagnation, and laziness. Okay. King of Pentacles in reverse. Four of Pentacles. Holding on to something. Oh. It also talks about greed. It says greed, control, and security. Let's see what the book says. Oh my. I said holding on to something, honey. They went even further. The Four of Pentacles. Oh my goodness. Okay. It talks about stability. Okay. Now this could, okay. This is talking about security, stability in the form of greed, holding on to money. Okay. Five of Wands. Avoiding conflict. Okay. Avoiding conflict, but it also talks about, oh, wait. Let me make sure. Okay. Avoiding conflict, but it also talks about reconciliation and harmony in reverse. King of Pentacles. Seven of Wands in reverse. Talks about losing. Talks about surrendering. I wonder, was somebody stealing money? Okay, let's see. Let's ask. And Nancy may have been going to change her will and something like that, and they didn't want her to find out about the loss. Was 4 cards, okay? Was there theft in Guthrie's finances? Was somebody stealing Nancy's money? Look at my little old kitty. She waiting for me to come to bed because she want to snuggle up with her mama. She over there. Yeah, I see you, girl. Okay. What can you tell us about Nancy Guthrie's finances? Was somebody stealing Nancy Guthrie's money? 4 cards. 4 cards. 4 cards. Nancy Guthrie's finances. What do you want us to know? And thank you for your answers. 4 cards. Were they stealing her money? Was her money being stolen? Oh, the Magician in reverse. Manipulation, deceit, bad intentions, and confusion. 4 cards. 4 cards. What can you tell us about Nancy Guthrie's money, finances, being taken, stolen? The Magician in reverse. The Hermit in reverse. So this talks about sadness, fear, isolation. Okay? And the Queen, the Queen of Wands in reverse. Jealousy, dishonesty, and manipulation. And look at this. The Hermit is facing her. Sitting down, looking dead at her. Ten of Wands. Struggle. Burden. Ten of Cups. Abundance. And this is the family card, and you see the family. They're there. Okay. So I feel that this is feminine energy, and I feel it's the daughter. Allegedly. Everything's alleged for your entertainment. Allegedly, Annie. Okay. Was the one manipulating. Because when you lie, you cheat. When you cheat, you steal. Okay? And it's abundance. She might have felt that if mama found out, she would be put out the will. She will be exonerated from the family, embarrassed, shame. Right, right, Colleen. Okay? Hey, got poo-poo. Y'all hear my little cat? There she go. That's Tasha. That's the little scary wary. Okay. Yeah, poo-poo. She's hollering at me because she wants me to either go into the living room and sit in my chair so she can cuddle in my lap or lay down in the room so she can lay on me. Mm-hmm. She's gotten spoiled. She's demanding now because she like her little booty rub. You want your little booty rub? She said, no. Tasha, you want your little booty rub? Huh, poo-poo? And that baby want her little booty rub. Yeah, she's spoiled. She said, Mama, you know how I like it. Right. And the thing about it is, they people don't want all their business getting out there. Okay, see what I'm saying? And when you get somebody in the family, something happens. Okay, and the police are called in and they got to do an investigation. Okay, your business is put out in the streets. Okay, even if you're not the culprit. Even if you're not the culprit. Okay. 4 cards, and I'm going to bed. Because my cat said I had to go to bed. She said I can't be up no longer. I'm past my bedtime. Hi, Tasha. You got something to say, girl? Oh, she ain't talking now. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, what was the question? Uh-oh. I done lost my train of thought now. It was one more question I was going to ask. Right, I'm on a time schedule. Okay, time is up. She tired of waiting. Okay, uh-huh. Yeah. I forgot the question I was going to ask. Does anybody know the question I was going to ask? Oh, I've been over here for, almost 3.5 hours. Get my butt out of here. Okay. One more question. 4 cards. 4 cards. Okay. Yeah, I know we're talking about the family business being out there. Okay. For all to see. And let me put these cards up before just my luck. Okay, 4 cards. 4 cards. What family members, okay, which Nancy's children or family, which, okay, it would the power of attorney? No, it wasn't the power of attorney. We asked about the will, okay? We asked about the will, the energy. Four cards. Who's hiding Nancy Guthrie? Okay. Or who buried her? Who buried Nancy Guthrie? Okay. Who buried her? Yeah, who took her out and hid? Who has hidden Nancy Guthrie? 4 cards. Can you tell us who has hidden her? Who has hidden Nancy Guthrie? 4 cards, and thank you for your answers. I don't know if we can answer this in a straight question, but who has hidden, okay, the 8 of Swords, okay, she's free. 8 of Swords in reverse, okay, time for a change, she's moving forward, focus, okay, 4 cards. Let's see what else she has to say. 4 cards. Okay. 4 cards. 8 of Swords in reverse. 3 of Pentacles. Okay. So this was teamwork. And it could be 3 people. And paid at that. The Magician in reverse. Manipulation. The Ace of Pentacles. Okay. What is this? An offer? An opportunity. Okay. 6 of Swords. Okay. To move on. I heard a noise. Ooh, okay. I don't know what it was, but I sure heard it. I'm going to get off. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to thumbs up the video. But most of all, stay blessed. Bye.